Don't be
I'll do it.
stupid. Don't podcast. Be be
What's up? What's happening?
What's up, E?
Don't Be Stupid Podcast. Episode, do we even know what episode this is?
45.
Is it 45?
Episode 45.
Moving on up. 45. So, yeah, this thing's still going.
Yeah. Episode 45. Don't Be Stupid Podcast.
So,
Live. Instagram.
how you doing, Kev?
Man, it's rough weekend. Rough week, you know what I'm saying? I guess I share a little bit of story a little bit. But for listeners that's been around, you know my mom's passed back in January. And unfortunately, Pops passed in April 16th. So we just had the funeral for Pops. So it's been a rough year for me. But, you know, they say when you love like they have, and my parents were married 56 years, you know what I'm saying? 56 years.
56 years, boy.
Man, you know, they just, they was tied at the hip to each other. My father couldn't take it no more, man, and he just basically checked out. And it was very depressing, but in the same token, man, I never seen love like that before in my life, man. Man, you should have heard him talk, bro.
That's a good example of love right there. Hey,
Definitely.
you know it's a trip because unfortunately, that happens to a lot of couples that's been together for so long and stuff. When one passes, the other one usually either goes, you know, like the health gets real bad real quick,
Yeah.
or they end up passing too. And that's just a trip how, and I can understand. I really do. I think I can really understand. I've been with my wife, you know, for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, for her not to all of a sudden,
Oh, yeah.
you know, be in your life, you know, it's one thing to disagree and separate and go your separate ways. But for that person just tomorrow not to be there,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot when you spent your whole life together and stuff. And you talking about how many? 56
56 years, man.
56 years, Tone. What you
I
think?
mean, what was a trip to me was,
56?
like, you know, when people die, you thinking cancer, heart attack, this, that. And,
Like a heartbreak.
man, it's a heartbreak.
Yeah,
Straight heartbreak, man. It
I
was,
believe in that.
it was
bro.
just like, he just like, all right, man, y'all better chill with me for a few months, get your shit in order, give you a little time to mourn, but I'm about to check out.
Yeah, I'm about to
And
go
it
be
was
with.
just like, that's how it was, bro.
About to go back with. I'm about to be back. Be back with her.
Back
yeah,
with her.
so,
They've been together that long.
Yeah.
Usually, that's what tends to happen. That
Yeah.
they want to join the other person.
so,
some way, you know.
so you know, our prayers for which, you know, we've spoken about all this off air and stuff. So you know where we stand with you and stuff. And
No doubt.
and
And I appreciate, you know, y'all being there for me. I appreciate the family that came down from Louisiana. I appreciate everything, how the service was and all that. But, man, like I said, I never seen nothing like that before in my life. But, damn, I mean, I couldn't imagine not having my partner 56 years around either. So I understood. So it was traumatic, but, you know, we moving on. We going to keep celebrating Pops, moms.
so that was your weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Week.
Yeah, because that was a whole week thing. Tone, did you get anything accomplished this weekend?
Yep.
What you get accomplished this weekend, Big Toe?
Here we go.
Ooh, I nerded out this weekend.
You what?
I nerded out. 3 hours.
Oh, I already know what he's talking about now.
You nerded
I
out.
don't know if we want to talk about it because Kev still ain't seen it.
No. Let's get into it. You know, I'm a little behind, but I'm okay with that. I'm one of them dudes pick up a movie,
I'm-
5 minutes at the end, watch
Yeah,
the
but these-
beginning. I don't even trip. So,
So
you telling me
spoilers-
ain't gonna still mess up the cinematic effect for me? I don't care.
Before you start, Tone, I might disagree with that, man, because there's some parts in this movie. I mean, I guess the obvious happens in one way, but on the other way, it's like there's some stuff that happens that might ruin the movie for you.
I ain't tripping. Let's do this.
You sure?
I'm positive, man.
You know what? I feel there's two ways I feel about it.
Okay,
I feel
first
like
of all, do you remember?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. There's two ways I feel about it. I feel like we shouldn't do it because Kev ain't seen it. But on the other hand, because y'all know my memory, I'm already like and forgot about half of the shit that I seen. I need to see it again. So if you want to speak on it, I'm sure Tone could jog my memory on some of the stuff.
Yeah. Well,
First of all, so what did you think? All in all, did you think it was a good movie? An average movie? Something to watch? What'd you think?
man, 3 hours straight. That better be a fucking good movie, because I'll be damned. I'm in a movie for 3 hours. And
Did it seem like
shit.
3
Yeah,
hours?
I was gonna ask you. Did it
Yes.
seem? It did to you?
What?
Yes.
See, it didn't seem like 3 hours to me.
See, that scares me because now that don't.
It-
Usually when I see a movie that good, I don't seem like 3 hours to me.
It didn't seem like 3 hours to me. I remember actually sitting in there and I kind of thought that it was coming to an end because of what was going on the screen. And I remember looking at my telephone to see what looking at my telephone. Who says that anymore? Looking at my phone to see if to see what time it was. And yeah, I looked at the time and it was at 3 hours.
Damn.
And I was like, all right, well, I guess that's the end. I remember thinking to myself, if they wanted to go on a little more, I wouldn't be upset because that was,
That's a good movie. When you feel like it ain't been 3
three
hours.
yeah,
that's
3
good.
hours went by for me. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
nothing.
good.
But what
Yeah.
time did you go see it?
2:10.
Maybe that's a little different in the afternoon like that because I saw it
Yeah.
in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I
Like 10
picked up the
something.
tickets Friday, and I passed up 3 times, 3 showings. I should say 3 showings until I picked a showing that had better seats.
Damn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was the day before. So we went Saturday to see it, and then by the time we knew it, I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like I ain't even finished my bag of popcorn. Like it was crazy. I had a medium too, and I was like, I'm done.
I think I had a medium.
You gotta watch the card. We gotta
So,
watch the popcorn intake.
So, what did you still didn't tell us what you thought about the movie? So,
Would
do you think
give
it
a
was?
7?
Are we gonna rate it on the letter scale? So like A, B, C, D, E, F. Or are we gonna give it the number scale? How are we gonna do it?
We'll do a number scale because you gave it a 7 last week.
Did I give it a 7?
I think you gave it a 7.
I'm
Not
gonna hold,
sure.
and after a week more, I'm gonna hold fast at 7.
Okay.
But it's a strong, solid 7.
Strong, solid.
If any
7.
viewers remember what he said last week, let us know. But it sounded like he said a 7. Me, I give it an 8 because there's
You was
a
about
lot
to
of
say,
shit.
yeah,
I was about to say a 9.
Nine.
You about to
I
say
was about to say
9?
a 9, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit that was like, say what now? Because I'm telling you, man, there's parts in there where I was just like, how come you didn't explain that shit?
Nah.
But it was like, you already had 3 hours. You might as well try to explain.
Hell yeah, you
a
might as well
certain
make
part.
it 4. You're at 3.
I mean, but overall it was good. I mean, the big war at the end,
Yeah.
that could have been just a little bit longer, but too many things on the screen.
There's too much shit happening.
Way too much. Not everybody. I mean,
Just to show you, just to show you how there was so much stuff happening, and I know, like I say, we joke a lot about me remembering stuff. My shit's kind of staticking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, there it is. But we joke about me remembering stuff, and just being able to comprehend certain things when shit's happening fast. But just to show you how fast things were happening, I went to work, and one of the young bucks at work was like, yeah, so what'd you think about the fight scene, this and that? I was like, oh, it was cool and stuff. He said, and this ain't, I guess it's a tease. This would be your first spoiler, even though it's not a spoiler, but it'd be your first
for me.
spoiler. He said, so what did you think when Doctor Strange died, when they killed him? And I was like, when did they kill Doctor Strange, right?
he fucking with you.
And he was like, you missed that? He said, that's why I was just testing you to see if you seen everything. I was like, dog, there was so much stuff happening. I couldn't even focus. So it might have happened. I didn't see it.
Damn.
And so I'm thinking to myself, fuck, man, I got to rewatch this because I didn't know Doctor Strange had died, right? And then when we were leaving, he drove by and he rolled the window down. He's like, "Hey, I was just fucking with you, Dr. Strange." And I was like, "Man, don't be fucking with me, man. I didn't." But that's what I'm saying. There's so much stuff happening that
He could have died.
He could have died. I'd have been like, that happened so quick.
Yeah, but you're.
I'm gonna tell you where where fucked it up for me.
Dad, I'm not gonna tell him about that.
So we're not gonna. Are we gonna talk about it? Or are we not gonna talk about
I'm
it?
not gonna tell.
What the
I'm
fuck are y'all
not
doing,
gonna
man?
say who did.
He's got to know that already, though.
Who? No.
If somebody died in the Avengers, who you think it is?
Shit.
Oh well, he don't know. So
See?
you're right. All right,
I don't know,
Man,
man.
we'll leave
Is
it alone.
superhero or a villain?
forget it. Never mind, because I don't even want to go up into it.
Man.
But do you think that Thanos dies in this?
Of course I think
Okay,
Thanos
so-
dies at the end.
I'm gonna go here then. Tone.
What kind of superhero movie?
That-
He's the main dude.
that
He's got to
fucked me
die.
up.
At the end.
At the beginning.
Oh, that was that's
That
the bullshit
fuck-
I
that
didn't
fuck-
like.
I didn't like that shit. I was ready to go.
I
As
said,
soon as
that quick?
as soon as Thor said, I was like, I looked over at Deja and I was like, you know what?
We out.
Fuck, we might as well leave. And she's like, Dad, be quiet. I'm like, be quiet, my ass. That's my favorite. That's who I came to see. That's who I came to see.
Damn. It's like that. All right. Y'all
You
ain't
know what?
gonna-
Real quick,
Y'all ain't going
say
to tell
hi,
it.
say hi to people real quick. Just because we should acknowledge people who take time to we'll say hi to
That's
Mama Bear.
hey.
All right. We'll say
What's
hi
up,
to
Mama Bear?
we'll say hi
Your
to
friends. Your friends.
Okay, I'll take them, but they're usually your fans, but I'll take them.
Mm.
Lulu, is it Lulu Hums?
What?
Lord, I don't know what the hell you're talking about with that.
Oh, here we go again.
Then we got, okay,
Don't mess up the podcast.
I'm just, okay,
Damn, Eric, man. Just say what's up. Let's get on.
okay, but one person told me that, oh, you already said hi. You put a hi up. That's cool.
That's cool.
Somebody told me.
I waved.
Somebody told me you need to acknowledge.
You
us
do
when
need to
when we
acknowledge
come on. So people take the time to
To say hi.
yeah,
You should be saying hi.
it paused.
Yeah, that's right.
It felt like 10
We
hours.
haven't had,
So
issues
hello
with
to
the-
everybody.
The live feed. So
We appreciate you.
Definitely appreciate
yes,
you.
yes, I did make it.
Kev didn't pay the.
Kev did what?
didn't pay the.
Why is it pausing?
internet. But it's connection.
All right, let's get back to
Who?
Okay, so
That pays my bills.
I'm just saying
This
because it
month.
keeps on pausing.
This
I'll
month.
I'll pay them this
Every
month.
month.
Shit.
They're gonna get it late next though. But yeah,
Fucking with me.
there was a few parts that I disagree on, but there was some parts that I was just like, huh? Because there's
See, okay, we can't talk about it yet. So
All right, if y'all
we're
ain't
gonna
gonna
leave
talk
it at
about
this,
kill it
and-
because the AC ain't working and this shit.
Yeah,
come
we
on.
just
Kill
gonna
it.
leave it at that because there's other parts I want, like the Captain America shit made me mad.
that was bullshit.
Yep, but
I
but
want
You
leave
two
it alone.
motherfuckers is either gonna talk about it or you're
That's
not
what
gonna
I'm
talk
saying.
about
We
it.
leave it alone.
Bullshit.
We'll leave it alone.
That's
But
bullshit.
some bullshit though. That's what I'm saying. That's some bullshit.
No fucking kids. That's not saying nothing. No fucking kids. No.
You two
nothing?
motherfuckers. I'm about to leave and go to the movie theater. Y'all killing me.
Fucker,
y'all.
you the one who said go ahead.
I know, but y'all ain't saying shit. I want to either hear the shit or something.
Well, we don't want to. We're being polite. Why is it paused?
I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
We're sorry. You might have to just listen to the show later
Team
on. or something.
Thanos. Team Thanos. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, how-
So
you
fuck
know
the
what?
fuck. So go see the movie. You need to go see it.
All right, let's push on there if you ain't gonna talk about it.
Wait a
All
minute. Bullshit. Why they make him the new Captain America?
That's what I don't want to say right now. Leave it alone.
Bullshit.
But see, you just fucked. You just
no,
fucked
I
up
didn't.
them. Yes, you did.
It could be anybody.
But now you just saying
That's
that.
bullshit.
But now you saying there's no more Captain America.
There still is. He's still
Yeah, but
alive.
you're saying there's no more of the other Captain America. You
But
just
that's
said that.
bullshit.
You just fucked it up.
I did
Oh my
not
goodness,
want that
man.
motherfucker to be one.
I don't even know why he's in the fucking movie. I don't even know. But leave
They
it
brought
alone.
him back.
Y'all made it.
I don't even know why he was up in there.
Y'all made
He's
me
an
not want to
Avenger.
see the motherfucker.
Man.
Y'all.
Don't go see it then.
I was like, fuck, man.
We
y'all
ain't
fucked
made it.
up.
You go see it. We ain't made it worse.
All right, man.
fuck it.
Anyway,
Anyway, let's talk about real quick. Let's get this out the way. Last week, y'all gonna have to help me remember this. We were talking about The playoffs.
Playoffs, yes.
So I believe in that room right now there's only one loser.
That's,
Who is it?
Tone.
Who?
No.
Tone.
Tony, you are the only loser, Nick.
You are the only loser.
Oh, well,
You picked
Kev,
Boston.
who's the loser?
Tone.
no.
You picked Boston.
Yeah.
Loser.
But
They
all
lost.
All them other teams won.
One
out of three.
Yeah,
So, me and Kev, I guess we were right so far.
Yeah,
So,
so
it's
far.
gonna be easy this week because we only got 2 picks to do.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do this week is we're gonna pick who's coming out the West,
Mm-hmm.
who's coming out the East. So we'll start with. Hang on, let me think. The harder one is gonna be. We're gonna start with the West. The West is the easy one for me. So the 2 teams we got coming out the West is the Golden State Warriors and Portland Trailblazers, right?
Right.
They're gonna be playing each other. You got Damian Lillard.
I don't even know why.
C.J. McCollum.
Why are you saying players that I don't know?
Okay, how do you not know Damian
Okay,
Lillard?
let's go. D-Lil. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
okay. Then you got the Golden State Warriors. You know everybody.
Just say the teams.
Okay,
I'm,
so out of those 2,
I'm contributing.
who do you got? So out of the Portland Trailblazers and Golden State Warriors.
Warriors.
So you got the Warriors going
the
to the
Warriors.
championship.
Come out and win.
They're going to the championship next.
Going to the championship.
That's what
Going
you
to
got?
the ship.
Are you sure?
Warriors.
Golden State to the ship.
Are you sure? Because you was a little off.
Warriors
You was a little off last week.
To the ship.
1 out of 3.
So you off though.
Going to the ship.
1 out of 3.
Whatever. I already know who you got.
I got the Dubs. Bay Love, baby.
Whatever.
Who? The
He's
Dubs.
talking another language.
Bay Love.
He picked the
basketball
Golden State
talk.
Warriors.
Golden
Okay.
State Warriors.
Thank
He
you.
picked the Golden State Warriors.
Thank you for
Who you got?
clarifying.
I got Golden State Warriors.
All right. then.
Talk all that shit, but you right with me. The
Yeah,
Dubs.
but I didn't say it corny like you said it though.
Okay, that might be to you.
No, it's to
So
everybody.
now we
else.
got East Coast teams, bro.
East Coast.
teams.
Let's go.
So this is a little harder, because now we got
Milwaukee.
Okay, I was gonna save them for last, but
Why
Milwaukee
you
Bucks.
say it for last?
Because I want to talk about the Greek Freak, but
Okay. we'll
but
go
no.
for
But
the-
okay, but you got Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Bucks. They've been tearing shit up, been kind of easing their way through the playoffs, kind of like they just doing stuff like they're supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
And then you got Toronto Raptors, and we all saw last
Raptors.
night.
Woo.
We all saw last night the Kawhi Leonard shot.
Some backspin on that.
That
bad
was
boy.
crazy. I don't know what the hell
That boy
was.
hopped up. Pop.
That motherfucker hit the front of the rim, but somehow he put some English on that.
He put some English on that bad boy.
So you got Toronto with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has been playing well too.
Mhm.
Kawhi Leonard been playing his ass off.
Paying that ass off.
He playing his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna go into because that show's favorite. I don't want to show y'all push y'all any certain ways. So should we start with Tony first?
Yeah, go to Tone.
Tony, who are you picking out of Toronto? The Toronto Raptors. You and your base brother Drake.
I'd go with Merca first, but I'm gonna go to Toronto.
Are you going with Toronto?
Damn.
Toronto.
Oh, you going out there on one
Damn.
with your beige brother Drake? You and Drake.
Yeah, if he invites me to get on his plane, yeah.
Damn.
He there. He in Toronto.
Damn.
We don't need no plane. Oh,
Holla at me.
and he ain't hollering at you. Go.
I'm gonna shock the shit out you.
Uh-oh.
Toronto.
What?
Toronto.
So I'm going to be the only one.
Yep.
I'm going with Milwaukee.
I'm going with Toronto.
You and the Fonz.
Damn. Making
Yeah.
me think
you and
about
Laverne
it
and
now.
Shirley.
No, I just think that their defense is better.
You might be right. You know what? Ugh. I'm gonna stick with it just because it's different
All right.
than the rest of y'all, but I could easily change up because I don't know. On the East, it's hard for me.
It's
but-
going 7. It's gonna be a good one. Toronto
So
has to steal one.
anyway, that's the
The NBA report.
I guess if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a lot of talk. They had the so-called protest in front of the Staples Center with the Laker fans.
About what?
About 15 fans showed up.
For
About
Frank
the coach.
Boyle?
No, yeah, it's before they was it before they named Frank? Yeah, it might have been
Jason
during the
Kidd
same
as the
time.
assistant?
No. They just don't. They just
Oh.
think they need to. They just think that they need to get their shit together and get shit straight and hire who they're supposed to be hiring.
I mean,
But
I
they
can
showed up
understand
in
why they
front
was
of the
going 3
arena.
years though.
But you gonna protest in front of only
Yeah, I wouldn't
15
protest.
folks showed up.
I wouldn't protest that shit.
Yeah, some bullshit.
LeBron's contract only 3 years, so why would you go any further than that?
No, but you remember that's not. But remember, Tyronn Lue turned it down though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But you can understand the Lakers saying 3 years because they're like, shit, we don't know what's gonna happen after LeBron.
No. I don't understand that because a 3-year term as a coach, remember, that's a fucked up situation.
It is a fucked up
Because
situation.
you got 1 year, you're coming in as a new coach, okay? So you're trying to figure out shit.
Yeah.
You got 1 year to make shit happen, and if it's a Lakers job, it's nothing less than going to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
In that 1 year, if it don't happen, then your third year, you're a lame duck season. That's a lame duck season because you're not. So you really that's not a good deal.
It's not a good deal.
Not unless.
But I'm not basing it on the deal for the coach. I'm basing it on the deal for the player I got that could get me a championship.
But that's not. But that's not. It'd be different if LeBron said that's who he wanted.
Yeah.
LeBron's not saying that's who he wanted.
Tyronn Lue was who LeBron wanted.
I don't know that, but that's he never said that. But we all take
Make an
that's what.
assumption,
Yeah,
I
we
guess
make
we
assumption that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy that that all these coaches are getting 5-year deals.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. The coach we just got the Laker coach here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Walton.
Yeah.
And he got a 5-year deal.
He got maybe a 5-year deal.
Well, because of the stuff that's going on right now, but he got a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
Then you got what's his name that just went to Phoenix from what's my man's name? The brother from Louisiana, from New Orleans. He just got a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
They just signed the Michigan coach to Cleveland for a 5-year deal.
Damn.
Everybody's getting 5-year deals, so I can see why Tyronn Lue would feel like, why ain't you offering me the 5-year deal?
Yeah, I can see that too.
A 5-year deal that gives you a window to actually make something happen.
I mean,
because the future
we get off
isn't
the basketball shit, but I don't think the Lakers was gonna go to the championship anyway.
I think that here's a question for you, real quick, and then we got the basketball stuff.
All right.
If you think the Lakers could redo it again, so if they can get a time machine, go back and go back to when they signed LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they make the same move and sign LeBron?
Yes, I think they do. But if they were smart,
Explain.
If they were smart, they would have signed somebody else first
Explain why but you can't.
and then sign LeBron.
You can't. Because I know you're talking about them big deal people. They're still not available. So how can you sign them first?
Well,
only way you can do is if you trade and stuff. And
it was sign and trade. Well, the reason why I think you take LeBron is because he's the best option to win when you have a team.
But
not.
But knowing what you know now, do you pick him up?
I still pick up LeBron. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I disagree because I feel like LeBron might be. And remember, I'm a LeBron fan.
Yeah, I know you are.
He might be one of the big reasons why you're not going to get nobody to come here.
He is.
They don't want to play with him.
He is. A lot of people are scared of greatness.
So if people don't want to play with him, why do you bring him here? It's more than just greatness because Kevin Durant went to the Golden State, and them fools is greatness, and they're showing it.
I think for anybody that's talented like LeBron is, and he requires so much media attention, not because he wants it that way, because the NBA labels him as their money getter. So all the attention goes to LeBron. It sucks attention away from other great players. So who wants to be known like Jordan and the Jordanaires? We all respect the shit out of Scottie Pippen, right? We know Scottie Pippen's off the chart, right?
Yeah.
But people, when Jordan left and Scottie didn't do it, all they said, without Jordan, you couldn't have done it. You know what I mean? They always talk that crazy type shit. And I think that's how some people look when they go to play with Jordan, with LeBron. They don't want to be known as the people that couldn't do it without LeBron.
What you say is right. It's true, but what I'm saying, that has nothing to do with the question. The question is, why would explain why you would still pick LeBron?
Because LeBron is the best player in the NBA.
But he doesn't. Okay, but what I'm saying is, you're thinking as an owner of a team, you're thinking about the future. You got a young team who's getting some attention right now, and of course, you do need to make some moves. I don't argue that. You do need to make some moves, but those moves, think about it. If you don't pick up LeBron, but you're able to get Anthony Davis, then you're able to get somebody like, I don't know, Kawhi Leonard or whoever else, all these people that's going to be free agents coming up. if you're able to get these so-called people that's going to be free agents that we're not going to end up getting now, think about that team is going to be nice.
Right.
Now we got LeBron. Yeah, we can say we got the best player in the NBA, but what did they get us this year?
Well, okay. 2 points to that. One, I don't think Anthony Davis is scared to play with LeBron. I think he was willing to come play with LeBron. So I'm gonna toss that one out. But I do understand
but because
what you're
of
saying.
LeBron,
Other players,
because of LeBron, we're not going to get him.
yeah, other players because of LeBron.
Yeah. Because of LeBron, we don't get Anthony Davis.
We don't get Anthony Davis
because of the way the deals were done, the way the shit was being done. The Hornets were upset. The Pelicans, I'm sorry. The Pelicans were upset with the way they were trying to do things and got upset. So now the Pelicans feel like the last thing we're going to do is give him to you. We still got him for a year.
Do they
we'll
have
trade
control
him.
over him?
Yes, they got control
I
of
don't
him.
know if they do have control.
Oh, yes, they do.
I thought they had to sign him before the year was out.
No, they can keep. He can play for them a whole nother year, and we can't do nothing about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then you're right. Then we won't be able to get him. But that still doesn't upset me because I'm feeling like the Lakers, when they first was playing for that first half of season before all the trade stuff going, they were playing well. His young gun talent, they were on target to be a 50-win team. Then when all the bullshit happened and the trade shit happened, the egos and problems and all that shit,
He tried. And
tanked.
mind you, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Kings fan now.
Yeah,
but
you're a Kings fan.
I'm a LeBron James fan. He tried to trade everybody on that team. When you try to trade, it's like me going behind y'all's back and wanting to bring two cats up in here to do the show, and that shit don't work out, but y'all find out about it later on. It's like
It would piss us off.
That's
thoroughly.
fucked up.
But
So
the
how are we supposed to
reality-
get past that now?
The
That's the wrong
reality
show.
of big business in basketball is every player in basketball in the NBA can be traded, will be traded at some point in time. There ain't too many Kobe Bryants in the era of basketball now. You know what I mean?
It's too early. Well, I'm not going to say that. Right now, it might be true. It might be true.
Yeah.
But in a couple of years, that might not be true. There might be players that belong to certain teams that
And just
might
might
not
get
be
back to
traded.
that old.
Because the last one was Dirk.
Yeah. You got management's got to want to keep you, and then you got to want to stay. That's two things that can happen in free agency now. So basketball is basketball. We ain't gonna stay on it all night. The bottom line is LeBron probably fucked some things up. He might not even stay, man. He don't got the right coach. He might feel like it's time to go.
No, he's staying in L.A.
Okay, hopefully he does.
He got roots there now. Tone, you got anything for us? Give me a topic.
Big Tone.
Oh, we're done with sports?
We're done with sports. Tone.
Now that you got something else to add to sports.
Tone, you got something to add to sports, bro?
Sports.
Oh shit!
And that's it. I ain't got nothing.
What you
I
got?
ain't nothing.
Hey, you
Give me a
picked some
topic,
teams. I appreciate you.
I wouldn't even know who was going if you didn't tell me what teams were going.
That's all right, Tone.
Yeah, I just picked the winners.
Hey, Tone, can you do an
Remember
icy ice?
Patriots. Remember Patriots.
Pull into a 1999.
What?
I thought that's about breaking moves. See if you remembered all that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
1999?
I said, can you do an icy ice and pull into a
What's the icy
1999?
ice?
That's when he used to slide on the head and spin around.
I didn't know what the fuck that
No,
was.
no, not a head spin. On the sideways, when they slide and then they spin, slide.
No, I can't
Yeah.
do that. 1990, I could do
I
it.
ain't never did no shit like that.
He's a B-boy, so I figured he would know that.
Who was a b-boy?
Boom.
I used to break dance.
Nigga with no
He
b-boy.
had shell toes,
Man,
all
you
that.
don't know me before.
Ain't no b-boy in the
now.
islands.
What?
Ain't no b-boys in the islands.
Oh,
Are
man.
you serious?
That nigga was naked running around with a leaf over his jump.
Have you seen all the breaking crews from the Philippines?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Because you old. You ain't keeping up
Damn.
with the times.
Don't be trying to claim them. Now I'm talking about back then. There wasn't none.
All us Cape Verdeans breakdance.
You ain't even from the Philippines. Where the fuck we talking about the
You
Philippines
said the
from?
islands.
So you claiming all the islands?
There.
You claim all the islands?
Yeah. I
So
can do one of these. I can do one of these right
Since-
here.
since-
I'm allowed.
since Tony didn't give us
None
no
of
topic,
you mainlanders.
I give you. I'm gonna rant out about my shoes.
Your shoes.
So I sent back my shoes. I sent back some Nikes that were too small for me. Nike run a little small, a little
Yeah, you
tight.
talked about that in the episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So they sent me the next size up. So I wear a size 13, right?
Right.
So I had to order the 14s.
Mhm.
So I ordered the 14s, and they get here, and them fuckers is too big. It's like I wear. So I guess with Nike, I wear like a 13.5.
Oh shit. Yeah. Go ahead.
But Nike don't sell a 13.5 in most shoes.
Mhm.
So they killing me with this shit, man. I'm already fed up with Nike, and we had that on the show last time. I'm already fed up with them. I'm about to kick them motherfuckers to the curb, bro. If I find me a comfortable shoe that can satisfy all my needs, like style-wise,
That's
I'm
hard.
about to, man, I don't know. Nike kind of does it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to find a replacement for Nike.
I'm about to figure it out, bro, because
New Balances.
New Balance.
nigga, so I was at
They got some clean New Balances.
yeah, we just jumping around, but they got a new store in downtown Adoko
Mm-hmm.
next to Get a Clue, and I forget the name of it. Damn, what was it called? But when you go in there, they pushing all the New Balance. They got the wall numbered New Balance and Asics, Asic Tigers, the Asics.
They got some clean.
Man, them motherfuckers is clean, bro. Them color schemes, bro. I was like, cause ain't nobody pushing them out here. You see a lot of East Coast cats wearing New Balance and the Asics,
Mhm.
but we don't really see them that much out here that much. And them motherfuckers is clean.
Yeah. I don't know too much about the Asics, but New
The
Balances,
Asics
there's
is
some
fab.
clean
Asic
ones.
gels, ooh, them motherfuckers is clean. But you gotta get the right, they be having them color schemes that you can't find nowhere. That's the first store I seen pushing them like that.
Well, depends how much they selling.
Anyway, so
Send them motherfuckers back.
I sent them back. They sent me these shoes that's too big now, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Send them back too.
I shouldn't. But then they send them back.
Send them back and get something different.
I don't know.
Simple as that.
Anyway,
so I just want to hit it quickly, and because we have talked about this subject, but I seen an update in the news, and Tone kind of brought it up too about Robert Kraft.
Mm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
do you think with the judge throwing the video out?
wait. Real quick.
Go ahead.
Because
You
I don't want
say
to make it long, but real quick to explain who Kraft is.
Oh, Robert Kraft, the owner of the New
New England, Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah.
New England Patriots. And made me choke my own self on saying
And he
New
got-
England Patriots.
Champions.
And he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble for going to a massage parlor and getting
slash
a
rub and tug.
rub and tug, right?
Getting a massage.
And they got him on video.
And he got a happy ending.
He got a happy ending. But we all assumed that it was like,
well, supposedly there's video.
yeah, we
allegedly
assumed it was
there's video.
surveillance video where, you come into the building, they see you in there and they do surveillance. But the stories now is that it was secretly recording people in there getting their rubbing tugs. So the judge threw it out. Now, for me, it don't matter if it's secret or the motherfucker's right there and playing a big ass sign to say, there's a camera up here and we're recording you. If they bust your ass, they bust your ass.
No, there's a difference.
No.
There's a difference.
What's the
There's-
difference?
The
You
difference
didn't do
is
it?
no. The difference is, as far as the camera goes in video, is there's the security video which shows customers coming in and leaving. Now, the other part of the video is not knowing they're videotaping you in those rooms
While you're getting massaged.
I understand that.
while you're getting a massage,
But that's not what I'm contesting.
butt ass naked.
But what he's saying, I understand what you're contesting. You're saying if you got caught, you got caught. But what he's saying, by law, if you're not allowed to be videotaping in certain rooms like that, then you can't use that. That's just so it's not if you got busted, you got busted. Because if you say yes to that, then you open up the thing like fitting rooms and shit like that. So you in Macy's trying on shit, it's nothing for us.
Yeah.
But women and stuff in Macy's and stuff trying on stuff, and they got cameras zooming in on people naked in stores or bathrooms while people are using bathrooms. Because as soon as you open it up and say, well, if you get caught, you get caught, you're saying it's okay for them to put cameras wherever they want to
You're
put them.
violating your privacy.
I
they
understand
can't do that.
I totally understand that. Now, I don't want to violate my privacy. So I would say you can't show that video as evidence. I agree there.
So that's what they're saying.
The judge is saying.
But what
you
I'm
can't show
saying-
it.
But now they
But
also
now
should
you're
be in
saying-
trouble though. They should
Yeah.
be because they've broken the law.
They've broken the law. But what I'm
Well,
saying is,
very
I ain't gonna let
broken
you come into court, sit there and tell me that you didn't do it when I know for a fact that the videotape and your ass you did it.
He can say he didn't do it because they have no proof.
Yeah, he's still claiming.
I
not
see what you're
guilty.
saying.
Right.
You did it.
Yeah,
But now the only proof that you got illegally.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way cases go
Yeah,
all
legally,
the time.
Yeah, no doubt.
So because you did something illegally to get it, now that case is, I mean, that evidence is
I
now
can see the
thrown
case
out.
being thrown
Like
out.
they
I can see
can't.
that.
Yeah, like they gotta have. Like say somebody was gonna raid your house,
So
they have to have a warrant.
But in the
They
law of
just
public
can't-
opinion, I don't want you standing in front of the motherfucking camera telling everybody, I told you I was innocent.
No, if he's smart,
yeah, but go ahead.
but if he's smart, he knows that news goes by quick. If he's smart, he just say, not guilty, and he gets dismissed. The case gets dismissed. Not guilty. He moves on. All he has to do is stay out of sight for a week.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Next topic.
Yeah.
it's no different than when
That's
back when we was young doing shit, you get pulled over and shit. You don't want no policeman, just searching your car for no
Yeah.
reason. So
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is, how many people had illegal searches, and because they had a legal search, they didn't get the time they should have gotten. They even though they did have what they had,
Yeah.
they did do what they did. It's a legal search.
Yeah, your lawyer's
So-
got to say it's got to be. You
so
have to
it's-
have
it's
a
the same
probable
thing.
Cause.
Yeah. no
So
doubt.
we throw it out because it's an illegal search. Even
Nah.
though everybody in the courtroom know that you
Yeah.
were selling dope or
I
whatever
don't
it was.
disagree with the action of throwing it out.
Right.
I'm just saying in the court of public opinion, I don't want that motherfucker standing on the podium yelling,
Oh, it's too
I didn't
late.
do it.
Well,
It's too late.
in the court of public opinion, you already know
Like,
how I
you
feel
got a
about
video.
it. He,
We know your
80-year,
ass is-
Yeah.
he an 80-year-old man
Oh, yeah.
whose wife is deceased.
By all means,
Where
he
the hell
should-
is he supposed to go get some
he
action
should be
from?
there.
He should be able to get it.
That's where he should be at.
So-
I'm not
But
disagreeing there.
it's too late because he's already in the public eye with
Yeah,
this
that's
whole
what I'm
case.
saying.
So
Yeah.
guilty or not guilty, or if it get thrown out or whatever, they're gonna think whatever he wants. He's just gonna go about living his life
Yeah.
like he should. He's 80-something years old.
I don't think we live anymore, but
Yes, we is.
mine froze up a long time ago.
It's fucking pausing here and there. So
So
Just one of those
anyway,
nights.
that was that. Anything we got anything fun to talk about?
let me see what we got here. You want to talk about the White Boy Rick, the movie?
Woo.
You finally seen it?
I seen it. Seen it yesterday.
Kev seen it?
I seen it.
And I've seen it. I've seen it.
Fucked up situation, but damn, what a hell of a soundtrack.
It was I thought it was a good movie. Anybody who ain't seen it's called White Boy Rick. It's been out for a while. It's on It was on Netflix. Is it still on Netflix? I don't even know if it's still on there no more. It might not be
it's
on it.
it's on.
Was it on Netflix?
What?
White Boy Rick?
Nah.
No, maybe I've seen it. You know what? Maybe I've seen it on my Fire Stick there.
It's out. It's
Okay, so it's been out. It's been out for a
HBO
minute.
It's on
Yeah.
HBO Stars.
Y'all should watch it.
Yeah, it's to me it's a good
a
movie,
watch.
but it's good to us because of the era that it happened in. So I don't know what it's gonna be like for maybe some young people watching it that might not be able to relate, but we were able to relate to a lot of it from as Tone was saying, the music.
Music
to relate to.
shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I was looking at like some of the clothes and stuff they were wearing and shit. Kind of, you got that. Even all the way down to the Mercedes that he was rolling at the end. You know, he had the Mercedes. Yeah, but
That's like early mid 80s.
yeah, I remember that. I remember when that Mercedes was the shit.
I was tripping because wasn't sure what Detroit
It was Detroit.
was,
I think.
Michigan
Detroit.
or somewhere like
Detroit,
that.
yeah.
I don't know what they were wearing back in the day.
It
But
was cold. Shit, you see that shit they had on?
Yeah, my man had a name belt plate.
Yeah, but you got to think. I
figured.
figured even in Detroit, at that time, when you think about East Coast cats, you think about like LL and them. You think about the niggas with the furry Kangos and
Mm-hmm.
and the sweaters and stuff. I can see what they was rocking.
Yeah,
because
because I know my man was wearing the fur.
Yeah,
when
they
he went
was-
to Hearns
yeah,
fight.
they was
And they
rocking
said
all-
Hearns fight.
They was rocking all that. So
yeah.
They said
it-
Hearns fight, and they were kicking it at a skating rink too. I
Yeah.
was like, God damn, them boys just brought back
That's
all
the
type
'80s,
of
boy.
memories,
That's the
boy.
'80s.
And what was it? It was my man's wedding, the boss's wedding, and they were playing Juicy Fruit. I was like, oh my God. They were jamming. They had the old school, they had to go get rentals and shit.
I don't. Yeah,
Bow
a
ties
lot
and
of it. A lot
cummerbunds.
of it I don't remember because it's been a minute. But
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
I know it was a good movie.
I just thought the movie
Oh,
was good
Dookie
just
chains.
because of, like you said, a flashback and nostalgic a little bit. here and there. But just a trip of how he came up in this little game. And I was thinking, this boy they about to rob this fool. But nah, he kind of came through. Just a whole little set.
Man, that
And his daddy was a trip like a motherfucker.
Shit, his daddy was.
His
Another-
daddy was a motherfucker.
was a dependent. That nigga,
that
he was
motherfucker
another dependent.
tripping.
The sister. I don't know if it was twisted. I was like, damn.
I think that's what what's old dude's name? Matthew McConaughey, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, that's what he's kind of turned to now. He's doing all these
B-
Netflix and
B movies.
Yeah, these,
yeah.
I wouldn't even call them B movies because I think they knew what's happening. Truthfully,
Well,
But he's
White Boy
not
Rick
doing
was
it.
in the theaters.
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still, but it was quick. It's quick and his life is way longer. I think his life is longer after, like, cause that wasn't a movie that we heard about. That wasn't a lot. There
I
wasn't a
heard
lot of
about it, but I
advertising. I don't remember watching the
I
game.
saw the
and-
trailer.
I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe I seen it. I don't know, but it wasn't.
To tell you the truth, I thought it was a comedy.
But there was a
Yeah.
time. There was a time when Matthew McConaughey was doing big things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember when he was Black Woman's.
Oh yeah.
They
thought
thought he was
Brad
one of the
Pitt's cousin.
he was like the sexiest thing alive. Even remember Black women was loving him.
Yeah.
He had that one movie where he was with the black girl.
Yeah.
But he's like, because I watched the other movie, the other show. What was the name of that? What's the name of that show that was on HBO? Him and
Detective.
Woody. Yeah.
Oh, the hidden. Yeah.
That was good
Yeah.
shit.
True
That was good
Detective
too.
was
Yeah,
on.
him and Woody are behind that shit.
Yeah.
They put that shit.
And he
down.
was good on there too. He's doing a lot. He's staying busy, but he's doing a lot of shit. That's
Yeah,
not.
He might be taking
I
that
think-
Samuel L. Jackson approach, which is I don't turn down movies. It
But
just-
no, but Samuel Jackson
No.
doing blockbusters.
he does
though.
blockbusters, but Samuel Jackson don't turn down a movie. You might only get him for 5 minutes for the money you give him, but he gonna be in the
Yeah,
movie.
but I think with,
Yeah,
with
but nah,
Matthew
that's different,
McConaughey,
though.
if he's not executive producer,
yeah,
I mean, if he's not like, if he's on the movie or something like that, he's either executive producer.
He's
If
got
it's
his
something
hands-
that you don't
he's
expect
mixed
him
up
to
in
be
it.
in,
yeah.
he's probably in there somewhere in the background with as executive producer. But he'll get him on. He'll come on there, but only if he's behind it. You want a
And I'm
bigger
sure-
star on there.
And I'm sure Samuel Jackson turned down something.
He probably has, but he.
But
said
what I'm
at
saying
one point he
is,
said he
with
didn't turn
Samuel
down-
Jackson though,
Thanks for
he's doing blockbusters though.
he ain't shit. That motherfucker still hella good.
That nigga doing blockbusters.
Yeah, he went far from Gator, ain't he?
From who?
Gator.
Who's that?
I don't believe you said who's that.
Oh, from
I smoked the TV.
Oh yeah, from was it Jungle Fever?
Oh, when you
You
tell
remember
him
He was a
Gator?
crackhead. Him and
that nigga still in the
Halle
TV.
Berry.
VCR.
Halle
Like
Berry was
mama,
over there.
he's singing for dancing for his
Yeah.
mama.
Cause I'm a
Yeah.
crackhead. That shit. You remember that shit?
That
but
nigga's
you
name
can't
was
tell
Gator.
what-
Gator.
You can't tell Wesley Snipes said, "Well, if you don't give me no money,
That motherfucker.
I'm gonna go in and I don't know,
What's a
knock
trip?
some old lady out and take her
Yeah.
money."
That was him.
I was like,
that was
And then
him.
he was all shucking and jiving.
He said, "What he say?
What
What
movie
did he
is
say
that?
though? When he said about his broad, he said
I
most
just-
brothers
What
got him
movie you say that
an
was?
outhouse
Jungle
pet.
Fever.
You got you a penthouse pet.
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever.
That wasn't Jungle Fever, was
Yeah,
it?
Gator. Yeah.
Why you say Wesley Snipes?
Because
Wesley
Wesley
Snipes
Snipes.
is
Oh,
in
he
there.
was. That's right.
Damn,
With the
you
white
tripping.
chick. I don't know why. You know what I keep
Damn.
thinking about? I'm
What?
thinking about, for some reason,
Harlem Nights or some shit.
Nah, I'm thinking about that one movie with the other dude in it that played Nights Like This I Wish.
Oh,
no,
Five
no.
Heartbeats.
But I was thinking about, no, what's the name of the dude though? I'm talking
Leon?
about.
Yeah.
No, not Leon, the other dude.
one.
The dude that was
Oh,
smoked
him?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and what was that movie called? And where he's a big drug dealer?
Oh, he was.
He was
Some
the big
Sugar
drug
Hill.
dealer. Yeah, Sugar Hill. That's what it's
yeah.
called.
Wesley
Sugar
Snipes is on there.
That's the movie
That
I
was his
keep.
brother.
That's the
That's
movie
right.
I keep thinking about. I'm getting
Nah,
it
yeah,
mixed up.
Jungle Fever.
Okay, Jungle
That's what that
Fever.
motherfucker say. Yeah.
You know,
most-
Jungle Fever
most
wasn't
brothers,
good.
Most brothers got them an outhouse pet. You got you. a
Jungle Fever
penthouse
wasn't
pet.
that good, bro.
It was good for the times.
Just good for the time.
There was some good sex scenes in it, but it wasn't good.
She was hot as fuck.
But it wasn't good though.
And then Halle Berry showed up. She was that chick. She was
I
fine,
don't
but they
even
made
remember
her
the movie
ugly
that-
as
that's how- I
fuck.
didn't-
I think that was her first.
That was her
one.
first movie. She played the crackhead.
That was her first
Gators woman.
movie.
She was a Gators woman in that one.
Nasty.
Wait.
You don't remember her being
Halle
Gators?
I
Berry was the
remember that,
first
but you were saying that's our first movie?
That was her
Yeah.
first movie.
First movie.
We
Yeah.
need to look that up.
Yeah, it is the first movie. I already know.
I thought I already knew who Halle Berry was then.
I think Samuel
nah.
Jackson Samuel Jackson thanks Spike Lee all the time for giving him that that part.
Because he said, she said,
'Cause
Spike
remember,
wasn't gonna let her play it, and then she came back looking like a crackhead, and he was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, because remember, he had that little scene in Coming to America.
Who?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. That wasn't his first movie.
He had the gun.
That wasn't, but he came in to rob McDowell's.
Yeah, don't you remember we came in with the
Yeah,
shotgun?
I remember that.
That had
Yeah,
that
that
little
was a-
smart. That must be his
But I
first.
think he had a bunch of small little parts before that.
Probably
I
did.
believe he ain't been around for a little bit. Kind of like what's his name? You see him in every goddamn thing.
Wasn't he theater trained though?
Damn.
You see Lawrence Fishburne in every fucking thing. When
Hell,
you,
Larry
Fishburne-
was
when you
back
go
then.
back and see old
Larry
shit, you be like,
Fishburne was
that's Lawrence
16.
Fishburne.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
When he was Larry Fishburne.
Yeah, he did
He was in that army
Me, Earl,
movie.
and Cornbread
Yeah,
when he was young.
I think
And
that's
then-
his first movie.
Yeah, and then he went on Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse
when
Now,
he was like 16.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Shit.
He been in everything. Who you think the better actor is?
Out of who?
Out of Fishburne
shit.
and Samuel Jackson.
Samuel.
Wait. Now, see, this is where you get it mixed up at.
No.
And this is what I think.
I think
That's-
There you
about
go. You're not gonna let me finish. You're not gonna let me finish.
That's what he wants it to be.
But what I'm saying, this is where I think. That's where I think a lot of people get it mixed up at. I said, who is the better actor? You said Samuel, right? I'm saying like Samuel Jackson, right?
Samuel.
But I think that people get it mixed up with who was in the better movies. Samuel Jackson was in the better movies, but if you think about acting, Lawrence Fishburne acts his ass off because
He
Ike
can.
Turner was the baddest motherfucker ever. That motherfucker was bad.
Yeah, Ike Turner was good.
Lawrence Fishburne acts his ass
He
off.
did a good job as Ike.
No, he be acting.
He did a good
Even
job.
in School Days, as sorry as the
School
movie
Days
School
was
Days,
alright.
that motherfucker is.
What's
I'm
the
not a
other
big
one?
School Days fan, but he acts his ass. He can act.
He had some movies that I liked.
See, Samuel kind of plays a little bit, kind of like, he's got the comedy,
I don't know, man.
and he puts a little fun into
He
it.
put that shit down in Pulp Fiction.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Pulp Fiction is still because it had the fun in it, so you laughed and stuff.
Yeah.
But Lawrence be doing some serious shit.
Yeah.
he did Othello.
He
I
do.
remember he did Othello.
He do some
I remember he did
serious stuff.
Yeah,
So you
I
still
don't
go
know.
with Sam? He's the better
I like
actor.
Samuel Jackson better.
So you just like his movies
I like his
better.
characters. I like what he does.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's
and
what
I
it
do
is.
too.
That's what it
Right.
is.
I do too. But if
But-
I had to go by who the better
So you
actor
said you
was,
starting to say that Lawrence is a thespian? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
I didn't say he was gay. I said he was. I said the nigga can
I
act.
don't want to get into his religion.
Yeah.
You're a fool for that.
But he he can act. He can
When
act.
he was younger, his name was Larry.
This is Larry.
And
Mama
then he
call
said,
me-
"Nah, fuck
Mama
that.
named
I'm
Larry,
serious.
call
I'm
me.
a serious
Mama named
actor.
me
My name,
Lawrence.
you can call me Lawrence."
Daddy named me Lawrence. I'm calling Lawrence.
And then, I mean, come on, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Come on,
Good.
Even
Fury?
though, see, and I see where you're coming from because most of his characters, they're not likable characters.
They're not likable
You know,
characters.
he's there.
Yeah.
'Cause like in Boys in the Hood, you almost was tired of his.
he
I was
good
tired of
as
those
an
scenes.
educated daddy.
Like every time we got the dad and the son scene in
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood, I was kind of like, oh, here we go. This nigga cutting his hair and stuff. I don't want to hear this part.
because you was young. And
I
you
don't
was
want to
like,
hear it now.
Can we just get to the music and
Yeah.
Nah,
motherfucker
just
is
that
just
part I
acting
just didn't.
thuggish.
Nah, he's just the
I just wasn't. He
educated
just
daddy.
wasn't. He didn't come across as a lovable character. He just wasn't a
I
likable.
thought it was a good day. Well, you know.
Even when we talk about Matrix and shit,
Morpheus.
I don't care too much. He's a little too cool for school.
Yeah.
He was Morpheus.
I understand that, but
I didn't think that was
God damn.
character.
I mean, think about it.
Motherfuckers.
Samuel Jackson is what's his name in Avengers? That was some more bullshit.
Yeah.
How he got his eye patch, but in Avengers, Samuel Jackson is
What you mean? How he got his eye patch?
that's some bullshit. They explain how he actually hurt his eye.
Did you watch? Did you watch?
That
what you
was
call it?
that was some bullshit.
Did you watch what you call it?
Did I watch what?
Captain
Marvel?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but okay, that's
motherfuckers too
I'm not
much.
sure. I'm not sure.
so maybe I'm talking about Captain Marvel when he got
Yeah,
his
yeah,
when he got his eye.
yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Mm.
You saw in Captain
And
Marvel?
explain
Was it in
everything.
Captain Marvel when he got his eye
I
done?
think it's Captain Marvel when he
Scratched.
gets his eye patch.
So you saw that, right? Did you think that was some
And he
bullshit?
said it's only a scratch, but
I tell you what though, that cat wouldn't be my pet.
you want him to be a pet.
That motherfucker scary. No, he wouldn't be nowhere around me.
That's storage,
Fuck that. That motherfucker's scary.
man. Hide the gun.
You would
let
keep
him-
that cat.
Hell yeah, if as long as he don't.
So
eat
hang
you.
on. You
Damn.
got a cat in your garage right now.
Right.
So replace that cat with that cat.
Right.
And so now you got that crazy cat in your garage, and you never know what's gonna set that motherfucker out. You be afraid to go in your garage. You be looking at it like,
Okay, if I was scared, I wouldn't have him in the first place. But he
you
was
never
nice.
know.
He was nice.
No,
to-
that
he was nice to
motherfucker-
Samuel. Then Samuel did some stupid shit and was like, and scratched the shit out of that
blind.
motherfucker.
Fuck
That's
that.
storage.
That cat gotta go, dog.
You crazy as shit.
You want something missing?
That cat gotta go. Dog.
You gotta put it in there.
What we got?
You got. Yeah, go ahead.
That cat gotta go. I'm sorry.
You want to get rid of the weapons? You got the cat
Fuck,
swallows.
Man,
it.
that cat might eat me.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
You saw? Did you
You're
see
not a
it?
bad guy.
I remember.
You remember how that cat opened up into a whole nother
Yeah.
species? Whatever the fuck that was.
That was a flerval or some shit. I don't know
Fuck
what the
that.
fuck that shit
Cat.
is.
I mean, Tony, you sick for that. That motherfucker
I
needs
just
to
need
go.
storage.
I
That
don't need
motherfucker
nothing
just-
that look like that can
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
into
It's
to
a
something.
moment you
Morph
wouldn't.
it into some shit like
You
that.
didn't
huh?
know what it was until they told you.
I tell you, now I know. So that fucker gotta go.
Hey,
And I'm afraid to do it. So we
Treat-
gotta leave him somewhere because he might
treat
He
it
might
well.
know
So we
you-
gotta leave because
you might be afraid to leave him somewhere because he know what you're doing. Like, oh, I know what you're doing. Now I gotta eat you.
that.
Treat it
You
well.
stupid as shit.
Fuck
You
that.
stupid as shit. Now I gotta eat you.
Anything? What you got? What else you got, Tone?
Damn.
I'm going to Tone
You
tonight.
motherfuckers is-
Go to the well dry.
Go to the well before the well gets dry. Ain't that something?
All right, so
I know you gonna touch on it.
Touch on what?
I gotta talk about this Game of Thrones episode.
God,
There y'all go. And then give me a chance to give me some ice real quick.
Yeah.
give you a chance to get you some ice.
Give me some ice too, cause I'm running low. Cause this is what
God damn.
this motherfucker.
It was the
Motherfucker
mic drop.
and shit. Man,
If we about to fuck up Game of Thrones for y'all,
Nah, I don't give a
I
fuck.
don't
hey,
believe you
hey,
fucking-
This
the
is coming
shit,
out on
it don't
Tuesday
shit.
anyway.
Yeah, the shit done got unreal. So we about to go ahead and put it on. We about to go ahead and talk about it for a hot second. So
I hope y'all watch
if y'all
it.
want to chime in, if you ain't watched it, then you better go watch that
I
motherfucker.
hope you guys watched it before tomorrow.
We tripping. We tripping right now.
Cause yeah.
It's usually like father like son, but in this motherfucking case,
I was team Daenerys, but Daenerys.
that's her name.
Why? And shit keeps pausing anyway. It keeps pausing. That's my shirt. Woo! You don't want me to lift. No, I'm not.
Ah!
You do not want to lift it. I'm gonna get all type of shit.
Go ahead, Tom.
How do I say this in a more delicate way?
Ain't no delicate way to say
That
shit.
bitch was tripping.
That bitch
last night.
5150.
God
She went
damn.
nuts.
Burnt everything. She didn't tell Jon Snow anything.
You see the look on it. You see the look in
He
her
was-
face. She was like, "Okay, fuck
She
that. I'm
didn't
tearing
have to.
everything up."
She didn't have to.
Nah, she did. But you know when she was talking to him and she was saying, you know, it's gonna be me and you. What's up with the couple thing? And he was like, "Nope. Can't fuck with my sister. Can't fuck with her."
Sister, that's his aunt.
Aunt. I'm
That's
sorry.
his aunt. Oh shit, that was nasty.
What?
That's his aunt.
Oh, that's right. Because
That's
what's
his
the name
aunt.
is the brother is the one who had the kid with the
Mhm.
with the,
Her
the
older
stars,
brother.
right?
Her older brother had the kid, so she is the younger sister. So
Younger
she
sister.
turned around.
Right,
Yeah, because
that's
remember
right,
the
right.
other one
That's right.
that had the crown melted on
Yeah.
was her brother.
Was her brother. Right.
But with the Targaryens, that's what they do to keep
Right.
that bloodline, you
Right.
know.
They
straight.
keep it pure.
Yeah, because that's the only way you can control dragons and all that. But
Right.
yeah, that's how they rock
But
back
do-
there. But
does
they
she
don't
even
rock
never
it here.
tell him that? Does she ever tell him that we keep our bloodline pure
No.
because? But I mean, you know that, I mean, that's why we make the assumption that's why he was able to come back to life
But no. I think
because his bloodline.
I'm trying to remember what that whole thing what they did to him to come back to life. But thanks. But I don't think he knows any history of the Targaryens because he has no idea.
No, he has no. He had no
Right.
idea. He hadn't even researched that shit.
Right. So now that he knows, and now that he's like, I can't do this with you.
Hell no. He's
I
like,
can't do this with you.
I can't fuck
You
with my aunt.
Yeah, you my auntie. You nasty.
Which
And
is
she was like, I don't
nasty.
care. We good.
She don't care because, like you said, it's the pure bloodline.
No, because you know why? All she cares about is that throne, regardless, because she's so. Remember, she said, "You the one loved or feared?"
Right.
She was like, "I guess I'll be."
I guess I'll be feared.
Yeah,
Because he was loved.
because he can't
Yeah.
he can't love her the way she wants to.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh. Mm-mm.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
You want some coke?
That shit is
Yep.
nasty.
But man, that chick, did that place wrong. But
Burnt that whole motherfucking joint up.
I can't blame her.
Y'all just talking.
I can't
But
blame her.
y'all ain't explain nothing about what y'all.
Man, you
y'all
got
say.
8 seasons to be explaining.
No.
You can't explain this shit.
I'm saying for the listeners.
For the listeners, they finally.
I guess if you're watching it, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Everybody knows they finally went and invaded.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was hoping.
Knights
that you
Landing.
would add some of that up in there.
Yeah.
But
Add some of that up in there.
but that was a surprise.
Is it
for
King's
her to-
Landing or Knight's
Oh.
Landing? King's Landing.
King's Landing. I don't know.
King's Landing.
I was
Yeah.
about to call it Knots Landing.
I remember Knights Landing.
King's Landing.
Yeah.
You could tell we ain't.
No,
I,
They finally invaded that
yeah,
bad
I
boy,
was about
right?
to say Knots Landing.
They
and shit.
finally.
I keep
invaded-
saying that last night.
They finally invaded that bad boy.
My daughter had to correct me like
Whoa,
multiple
they
times.
cleaned up. They went to work in that bitch.
Yeah. Well,
And the Hound's brother was a big motherfucker, boy. I knew that was his brother before, but damn, when he took that helmet off, that big motherfucker, he was humongous.
yeah. Spoiler alert. Since we already warned you.
We already know, we already
They
told
sh-
him it's fucked up, yeah.
They showed the mountain's face.
That head was big.
That motherfucker that's a Walking Dead
Yeah,
right there.
that was a big motherfucker.
That's a Walking Dead bastard.
You don't watch none of this shit. You like, what the
I'm
fuck?
cracking on y'all really because y'all into y'all talking.
That shit is crazy as shit,
That's
dog.
good shit.
I mean, you know,
I'm gonna
8
catch
seasons
up.
of that
I'm
shit.
I'm on episode 4.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
There's some good
she
shit at the beginning, but you didn't realize it was good shit in the beginning episodes because you know that shit was that important.
Deja halfway through it.
Oh,
She
shit, that
almost
shit
done.
crazy.
She,
They
just,
flipped.
she started the same time I did. She almost done.
So all the fans that used to watch this goes back to the Mad King, and you know what happened to the Mad King, and why he was called the Mad King, and why he got killed because of what he was gonna do. She practically did the same thing.
No different.
She flipped her fucking lid, and basically did all the shit that the Mad King was going to do. So I don't know. Something gotta happen because there's one more episode next week, and
That's
boy,
it. That's the
boy,
cleanup
boy.
episode.
Uh,
That's the cleanup episode. Short ass
I
season.
thought they cleaned up this past episode because they killed the bald-headed no nuts guy.
Uh-huh.
That sound like you.
Daenerys. I got nuts.
Yeah.
I got nuts. I got nuts.
Yeah.
Why don't you lay down right here
What they got to
and
do
let me
with your
squat
nuts?
and teabag?
Why I gotta lay down to see if you got nuts?
You're too tall.
If you
Lay
got
down,
no,
you
if
know.
you got nuts, you
I
just
got
throw them
nuts,
out right
but
now.
I'd rather just show you.
If you got
physically
nuts,
on
just throw them out
I
right
can
now.
teabag you right now
Why I gotta be teabagged?
Yeah.
just to prove.
You
I
know
got
what?
nuts.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
See,
Kevin, do you have nuts?
Yeah.
Okay, if Kevin has nuts, and I take his word for
You
it, there's
told-
no need for him
okay,
to
okay.
teabag me to
Okay.
prove it.
okay,
All right.
you said
Okay.
that I
just
don't
whip 'em
have
out.
nuts,
Just grab them
and I want to prove it to you.
Just pull them out.
No, I don't have to because I told you I have nuts.
Why I gotta get teabagged to
Just
see that
to
you got
prove
nuts?
to you that I have nuts
That
because
don't
you
prove nothing,
said.
but you got your old
No, no,
nasty
no, no,
nuts
no.
in my face.
Thank you. So now you do know I have nuts.
No, I did not say that.
Yes,
I
you
said,
did.
I said if you were to do that, that wouldn't prove anything. But you put
You
nasty
want to
nuts
go back
in
to
my
sports?
face.
Because I was
Nasty.
just talking about Game of Thrones. And you just
So you
fucking
just
railroaded it.
not gonna. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just trying to see if
Okay,
you
we're
gonna pull
done.
out your nuts.
I got nuts.
He say he got
Valeris
nuts.
doesn't, but it doesn't matter because
What's his name?
He's
He's
a
gone.
pile of ashes.
Hilarious.
What she say? Dakaris or some shit.
Why ain't he got nuts?
Dracarys.
Jakaris.
Cause some sick ass
Motherfucker cut
was
him
a
off.
wizard, some sick ass dude.
Cut
He
him
ain't the
off?
only one without
Yeah.
nuts though.
Huh?
Other homie ain't got none either.
Who was that? Oh, the
The guard.
troops.
Yeah, the troops.
All of them.
All of them. They cut him off.
Unsullied.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole army.
Crazy
They
as shit.
got,
Cut
they
them all
chopped they
off.
nuts
All of them. Motherfuckers. Just gut them. Get rid of them.
So-
Motherfucker said, yeah.
They just
That shit's
They
crazy
just-
as shit, nigga. That's nasty.
they just
No nuts.
I
Yes.
won't be no guard.
Hey, if you
Fuck
don't have
that.
no nuts, so what happens if you don't have nuts?
concentrate on war.
Can you still sex?
No.
So you don't get hard if you don't got no nuts.
Ah,
He went down on old girl. So
yeah, we off
Sound
live.
right.
the only
So-
black folks in the whole
I
Game
asked-
of Thrones.
We off live.
Okay.
All right.
So you don't
We
get.
basically weren't alive.
There wasn't
Ain't no
nobody on
need
there
to
anyway.
put it back.
We was
ain't
in
got
and
very
out.
much show left.
There was only 2 people on there. That was me and Tone.
Yeah.
So if you hard, I mean, no, you can't get hard. That's what I'm asking. So what you said is going down. That's something different.
What?
You can't get hard if you got no nuts.
Isn't that where your what you call it?
Your testosterone's gone.
Yeah, to
So
make
that's
you
what it is?
excited. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the erection. Yeah. So if you can't get excited, then your shit is just
So with nuts, you don't get excited.
if you nutless,
Testosterone.
Now hang on.
you still could.
I'm coming off the head with this.
Okay.
Pause. Or not pause, but it's
No, that is balls. You talking about balls? And
No, no,
That's why they castrate.
It's
That's
not.
why they
It's
do
the other word I was talking about before.
for the sex addicts. They do that medical
What's that one
castration.
word I could never remember?
What's that?
When you're talking about something other than
Oh, you mean pun?
yeah, no pun. I'm coming off the head with this, but I got the dog fixed a long time ago.
Yeah.
He ain't got no nuts now,
Yeah, you knew that.
but his red rocket still pokes out. The lipstick still comes up out of there.
But he can't reproduce.
But he said your nuts for being excited, so he still gets excited.
Yeah.
So his shit still shoots up out of there.
He ain't fully gone. It ain't fully. I don't think you could ever be fully gone because that's when they do medical castration of those sex addicts. They used to tell them, "We'll give you a medical
So
castration."
castration is cutting your nuts off or
Yeah.
cutting everything off.
I thought it was just cutting your
No,
nuts
they can't
off.
cut everything. You got to pee shit.
They, I think they leave what's in there, but they kind of like cut the thing in there.
I
and-
thought they just give you pills.
I don't know, but they just
They
like
make your
knocks
shit
that
shrivel
motherfucker
up?
off. But it's not useless.
Hey, that's what
Useful.
What you call it?
Nah, they got to
steroids.
cut your nuts off.
That shit's nasty no matter how you cut
Steroids,
it.
you shrink
Anyway,
that shit
your
up.
shit's fucked up. So
We
yeah,
don't-
some
we
medical
don't know.
kind of
That's
castration.
what the show's about. We don't know.
But just to show you right, because
Yeah.
There's other animals. I
dogs
mean, a
like
lot of
that.
dogs do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
once
still-
they
they
get, they
still
still
get-
be
they
humping legs and shit
yeah,
like
they're
that.
still horny.
Mine don't do all that. So,
They go through the motion.
Yeah.
but I think it's because I got him done so early
Mm,
that he don't even know.
mm.
I think he just don't know. He ain't around no other
That's
dogs.
fucked
so.
up. You got your dogs snipped.
Well, nigga need to be snipped. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're gonna be humping legs.
This-
Big ass dog
I got
humping legs.
I got my dog fixed because I didn't want him pissing on everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
them big dogs like the what they call it, the territory, mark the territory. Yeah. So
That's mine.
they told me they told me that if you get his nuts cut off,
Be shitting and
he
pissing
won't
all
be
over.
pissing on everything, trying to mark everything.
Oh, I know.
Cause I had a Rottweiler one time, right? And I was walking him, and I stopped to talk to somebody, and I'm sitting there, I got my Rottweiler. He's sitting there, and, he's sitting down like that, and I'm sitting there talking to this dude on the street, and he just telling me how nice my dog is, and we start talking about other stuff. And while I'm sitting there, I just feel something hella warm on my leg.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm
I
like-
started cracking the
And
fuck up. I
but what's
thinking,
crazy about it is it's so warm that it feels good for a second. For a second, I'm like, I'm talking to the dude. I'm like, man, what is that? And then,
that motherfucker marked him, Tom.
then it hit me. This that motherfucking pistol. I'm like his bitch. He had marked me.
He marked the territory.
So the dude that I'm talking to, he like, this is my bitch. I'll let you know. Take some of this.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Pissed all on my sock was yellow and shit.
Yeah, so the Unsullied, they all chopped off because all their bread is for war.
So all that pent up, all that
Yep,
stuff is for
war.
all for fight.
Because they can't fuck.
Yeah.
So all they got to do is fight, and they're all men. They
That's
just
nice.
going to kill motherfuckers.
It is
but-
true though. I do believe in that if you fuck before
fight.
like the fight, fuck before the game and shit like that. You do. I remember even though I'm on a whole another lower level, but I do remember when I used to play basketball all the time and mess around and have like sex before going to play basketball.
You can drain your mojo.
I'm out there like this week, just out there not having my best game, not playing. But when you don't have sex,
You angry?
yeah, you out there, you jumping, you doing everything, stronger.
That nigga said you angry.
You do, but he right. But you
angry.
doing everything stronger and stuff. And so, it's hey,
angry
since
and
since
shit,
you didn't
mad.
have that mix no more, let me get that Pico de Gallo and take it home with me.
Fuck you.
You can't eat pickle to
Nigga said, "Give me
My
some Pico de-"
motherfucker took me to the
I'm about
store,
to go to the
bro.
store, go get me
We
some-
went to the store to get some stuff, and this fucker picked up this thing of Pico de
I'm about
Gallo,
to go
right?
Give me some Pico
So
de Gallo.
I'm thinking, what you getting the Pico de Gallo for? You got some tacos or something at the house you about to make?
I'm gonna
He
eat
said,
some
I'm about
salsa.
to make this salsa. So I'm like, when he said it, I'm thinking, because I remember that he used to make it back in the day when we used to have shits all the time. I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, that shit sound good. I said, hell yeah. And we all sitting there, look, both of us sitting in the store like smiling like, hell yeah, let's get home, have some Pico de Gallo with, some salsa. We gonna get
Chips
home and
and
eat.
corn chips and
I asked him,
knock it
I said, you get the chips? He like, yeah. So we get home and stuff. He opens the drawer to get a little mix out.
that shit ain't even there.
It's fucking talking about, damn, I guess I don't have no mix. What you mean you think you guess you don't have no mix? I guess I don't have none. Maybe I'll
might.
put it somewhere else.
You might need a grocery list.
Fuck
I
it.
do.
I was mad as hell. He got me all ready for the.
Ready
If
for
this
some
motherfucker in
chips.
there conversating for 4 hours and shit, I just was like ready to go.
Who was conversating for 4 hours?
I don't know. You was in to talk to somebody.
Oh.
The cashier?
No, hell no.
You know how it is. You go
Go to
run
the
into
store, he run
somebody.
into somebody. That motherfucker know everybody in SAC. I'm pretty sure I'll be like, hey, how you doing?
I ran
He's
into
like, hey, how you doing?
Dude,
Hey,
look at
do you
that.
know Eric? They be like, yeah, I know him.
That nigga, I ran
Don't even
into
gotta
this-
say his last name.
Tone.
Just Eric. You know
Eric the
Eric?
Viking?
Shut up, nigga.
How many
hating.
Eric's?
Eric. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Eric.
don't know
That
Eric.
motherfucker Eric. They're
I don't
Eric.
know
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
That
That's
nigga
it.
hating.
Me and you right here, Tone. That's what
I
I'm
That
don't,
nigga
I
had-
don't know shit.
Hey, the nigga I was talking to had 30 chickens in his in his
have 30
his-
chickens in the basket.
in a thing.
But he
Hey,
brought his cart.
we might be playing on a low number. It might be a little more than that.
Yeah.
So he just bought a bunch of whole
He
whole
barbecue.
chickens.
He barbecue chickens. That's what
And
he
then
did.
he
Whole
put it in
chickens.
his cart.
That's what
Yeah, he
did.
said he had some kind of dinner tomorrow.
Yeah.
Something.
Some event.
Some event tomorrow, but he was
I know
cooking all
too.
his
So shouts out to the man with the
And he
event.
live around the corner. We should go over there while he frying or whatever he doing to them things. We should go over there, get some of that chicken real quick. Cause
No doubt.
that nigga had 30-something whole chickens
30 whole
I
chickens.
don't know.
and a small thing of spinach.
I'm off too. I don't know.
I am too.
I mean, I got to work. Got to go back.
I'm off tomorrow too. We off and that nigga going back to work.
Yep. As simple as that.
Well, I mean, where we at on time, Kel?
We whatever, because we in the second half. We doing whatever.
All right, well,
Oh, I got a question for you guys.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So in San Francisco, they're trying to ban.
Oh, this nigga kept this one to himself. He didn't tell us about
No,
this.
it's on.
Go ahead,
It's
go
on the
ahead.
list. It's on
Go
the
ahead.
list.
Cross
I did my
legs like
homework.
this.
So in San Francisco, they're trying to ban facial recognition program.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
How
And-
you guys feel about that?
Can you elaborate, like, just on phones or on
Well,
cameras or on what?
I was going to say something about that too.
What's on what, Tone?
That's the thing because they're saying that the news story I saw on the news. So they were talking about how they already have our facial recognition.
Yeah.
And it's a trip because somebody had just had an issue about it, and they found out that the reason why they had his facial or he was recognized at the airport, going through, just walking the hall, working the terminals and stuff. So the airport is taking facial pictures.
Mhm.
So this is being done without you knowing.
And consent. Mhm.
So, how do I feel about it? I mean, or do you want him to elaborate on?
No. That makes sense. Airport facial recognition.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
different, but I'm saying the reason I use that as an example because I'm thinking from that story that there's a lot of things that we don't know is happening
Is going
as
on,
far as
yeah.
facial recognition.
Mhm.
Facial recognition is going. They're taking pictures of us and we don't even know it.
Yeah.
And so
So they track your ass wherever they want to track
that's the
you at.
thing. But that's a trip though. But they're doing it when you not
Right. So it could be like It's like in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
they got the cameras everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
It's like in Britain, they got cameras.
Yeah,
everywhere.
every
They-
street, every corner, every
they got the
see
CCTV
everything, yeah.
everywhere,
Mhm.
which is okay, fine, because just in case something happens. But here in the States, you have your own property or whatever. You can do whatever you want to do. You can you can have it where how many other places in your house you want. Businesses can have it, but now it's to the point where they're having it out where they're just taking your facial recognition everywhere. But at the same time, you're still taking pictures at the DMV.
Yeah.
They're taking your that's your ID.
Yeah,
So at the same
exactly.
time, if you commit a crime and you're trying to, and they can't locate you, but you're caught somewhere, say, trying to.
Same
every
way
time
with-
you go to ATM,
Yeah.
there's a camera.
There's
there.
a camera
Yeah.
hitting you.
Right.
And like I say, this is the easy thing. Like my phone right now is locked. I got the facial recognition.
Right.
Where I look at it and it opens up.
Mhm.
But that's how they get it easily, because I've agreed to it and stuff. So that's easy for them. But this, like you say, there's 100 other ways that they can get it.
Yeah.
So you might be saying no to this, and they like
Walk
fuck,
to the
we-
damn
yeah,
airport,
We
they
got
got
you.
your
We
ass
got you
everywhere.
anyway. So it don't
Yeah.
even matter. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
No. So do I disagree with it? I feel like it's fucked up. I feel like it is in a sense of, do I think they should be able to track me everywhere I go, do a facial recognition? No, I don't feel like they should be able to do that shit.
It's not so much. Okay, so when there's a crime, right? All the detectives, they look at the first things first. They do all that stuff around the scene, right? The crime scene.
Right.
But at the same time, they also look around the area to see
What
if
cameras
there's
are in
cameras
there. Yeah.
and if they're actually working. And they will go to your house.
Yeah,
Say
they
something
ask you.
happens right here
They'll ask me for it.
and you have a good view. They will ask, do you have at certain time, do you have something of around, like, say something happened at like 3:00 in the morning,
Yeah.
you're asleep, but
Yeah.
the camera's on. They'll ask you, the exact time stamp of the video and if you have a record of it.
Right.
So,
How do you feel?
I mean, how do you feel about them? Say they got cameras everywhere and they're just scanning everybody's faces.
That's what I'm saying. That's a different thing. So they might want to involve me in some shit that I don't want to be involved in. Like, motherfucker get shot right there, and you wasn't there. It's like, I say I wasn't there. They're like, yes, you was. Motherfucker, we got you right here in facial recognition. And I'm like,
No,
yeah,
it's
I
not.
might have been
I don't
there.
think it's not so much for you. I'm saying they might be scanning people's faces, but say a criminal, and they
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
can't find
saying.
them. But they're sneaking around, they doing stuff, but they getting caught. Their facial recognition, he gets hit, and they're say at the 7-Eleven.
but Tone, you can't just pick out the criminals. Everybody they're gonna do facial recognition on everybody, don't you think? Or you trying to say they're only gonna be looking for the people that got a record?
I think that's what their excuse is. But do you feel like it's a violation
So-
of your
It's a
privacy?
violation.
Do you think so? It's
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't think you should be out there snapping pictures, facial recognition on everybody for everything. Like Eric said, you going to the airport, they got you there. You going to the ATM, they got you there. You going down the street, they got you there. Next thing you know, yeah, you ran a red light, but you didn't see me run the motherfucking red light,
they got pictures.
right? They
for
do that right now, right?
Right.
Right. But I'm just saying, if there's no facial recognition, there's not a what you call a camera traffic light, right? Now it's just that we got facial recognition on there and we know you ran the damn light.
We didn't have a say on the traffic lights.
No, we damn sure didn't. And that's some bullshit right there. Just some lazy ass cops. Don't want to do their job. Got them bust a motherfucker like you're supposed to.
I don't
So
know. Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead, E.
yeah. So what I was gonna say is how I feel about it is, I mean, first the obvious. I don't have an issue with it just because it doesn't affect me that way yet, because I feel like if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you're doing right, you don't mind people seeing right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not an issue. If I'm doing dirt, of course, yeah, I don't want nobody seeing dirt. I don't want nobody seeing me doing dirt. So, that's basically how I feel about it. Okay,
Right.
but the thing that I think that you were trying to get across to Kev is that they disguise it as like say a crime was committed and we need to check all this to find out what's going on, who was there, who's seen what, but that's just the way they're building up their data that on you more and more. They know everything about you. See, I'm one of them people who believe that our TV is looking at us. We're watching the TV.
If you have a camera.
Yeah, but I think that, see, my thing is even before the camera shit,
Right.
I always felt like, I heard it a long time ago, like before we had the computers with the little camera on the top and stuff, that they were already looking at us. We just don't know it. The cameras are so small and stuff, a lot of times, we're being looked at and you're not even watching. So you're watching TV and they're watching us. I've always felt like that, and I think they've kept it secret for years. Now, of course, with our cell phones,
Yeah.
supposedly that's what they say. You're looking at this, they see everything you do.
Yeah, because you have the both sides.
Yeah, both sides they see.
Camera.
So
yeah.
now not only do they see you, but because we have both sides, they see the surroundings. They see everything about you, bruh. So when you watching that porn and you yakking it off, they see that. They like, this nigga jacking off again.
Hell yeah.
So, get back serious though, but for real,
I hope they know what
they
category.
seeing, and same way with the car. I feel like in the car, sometimes when I'm driving, I feel like they're watching me. So while you picking your nose, while you singing, whatever it is that you do, there's somebody watching you, because technology just shows that they can. If they not watching you, it's because they just have no interest in watching you right now. But if they wanted to watch you, all they have to do is flip a switch,
Right.
and they can watch you.
But
So
at the same time, you know how many laws that we break on a daily basis, but it's
Yes.
so minimal that
Yes.
you don't really know. Obviously, we don't know.
but
when
that's
you-
not what they there for.
Right. But at the same time, it's one of those things where they're using it as an excuse to say, well, then what if something happens? We can actually
That's what they say.
recognize
And see,
terrorists, bad guys,
and see
get
that's
caught.
that's what they hide
Exactly where
behind.
it
So
is.
because of that,
Right.
they can, because of that, which is
Right.
so important. Now it opens the blanket for them to be watching you for everything else.
Right. I almost kind of agree on it, but at the same time, it's a way where it's like they're feeding off my fear and safety that I don't like.
So my thing is the benefits of it versus the down part of it,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I'm not doing enough bad things for it to be an issue with me. It doesn't bother me, because the benefits of it, catching motherfuckers who, because even with all the bad shit that's been happening, you know what? Now thinking about it, we say that for another day. We kind of messed up because there was a shooting, another school shooting we didn't mention.
In Colorado.
Yeah, there's some more stuff that happened, but even with the bad stuff like that happening, they still catch motherfuckers too. You saw they caught that motherfucker in L.A. with all them damn guns.
That was crazy.
Isn't that crazy? You saw
How
them
you
guns?
put that much guns out in your front of the street?
Damn.
That was crazy.
And that was
So-
I'm not even trying.
Whatever you was gonna say, but
Man, forget it.
But
A
what
rich neighborhood.
What?
I know what you're trying
It was
to
a
say
good.
now.
It was a nice neighbupscale.
It was a nice neighborhood.
I was.
But yeah,
I
it was
I
an
gonna use
upscale.
the
It was an
word.
upper scale
I
neighborhood.
was going to use the word.
Influential. I don't know
hella
what you're gonna say,
guns.
yeah.
It was something had to do with.
But what I'm saying is that we don't know what part of technology helped out with that. But what I'm saying is, if technology is helping find them motherfuckers, then the little stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, fuck it. I'll take the running the red light. I'll take you watching me pick my nose. I'll take whatever it is. Even when we was talking about jacking off, I'll take that to catch some of these crazy motherfuckers. And that's what the payoff is. Now, I might feel different if I was caught in some type of case, and they were using it against me, and it was and basically, you know, it was
Yeah, if you was the bad guy and you're trying to run and you're trying to go to, say, you like running from here, from Sac, and you're running to Washington, they're catching you at, they catch you at the state line. They catching you
now
everywhere.
They know. It's like
you can't get away.
And that's the thing about it. Nowadays, remember what we used to say?
That's only bad for criminals.
It's a trip because when we were coming up, the thing was you can't get away once that ghetto bird gets up in there, once that helicopter gets up there, and they got it on you, bro, you
give it up. They got your ass.
They got your ass. They eventually gonna get your ass.
They got the video. They got.
But nowadays,
infrared.
them motherfuckers know exactly where you. Because you know why? Because of this motherfucker. This motherfucker right here, nobody's willing to give it up. Everybody from the nun who's a righteous person, who's talking to the criminal. The criminal who's doing crimes is still doing crimes, but don't want to give a cell phone up because he needs to be in touch. He needs to be knowing what's going on. This is the only thing that's going to be able to keep him. So they keep him up on things, and this is the thing that we can't let go of.
That's just too much.
But it's the same thing that how they know all our damn business.
That's too much.
Think about it right now. This motherfucker could be listening to
recording everything we said,
everything we say.
Yeah, no doubt.
And if we ain't Tony, Eric, and Kevin, if we was Escobar and so whatever.
Oh my God, that's a good. You know what? That's good because there was no way that those guys could get away with what they did
today.
Present.
Yeah.
Oh hell no, hell no.
You know how many burners it would have to be?
Technology done fucked up a lot of shit for a lot of people. Shit.
And I've been saying this for
Criminal-wise.
years, bro. And I got this from a cat that I know, who fortunately now he's out of the drug game, but at one time he was selling a lot of drugs, doing well, treated me real well with the drug money. Me and my wife.
What era?
Don't you?
But but what I'm saying is that he really did a lot for us. He's my best friend. He told me a long time ago that these motherfuckers, talking about the police, they know exactly what's going on.
Oh hell yeah.
They know who's selling, who's not. They might not have got you yet because
you too small.
Yeah, you small, but
informants.
They know everything. They know the whole circle. They know who you dealing with, who he dealing with, and for them motherfuckers who think that and this is coming from him, the fuckers who think that they smarter, that they getting over, that they think they just stupid.
Yeah.
The police knows. They just ain't fucking with you because it makes no sense to bring you in.
Too small.
Yeah,
you ain't good enough yet.
And I don't mean this. I'm pointing at Tony, but I don't mean this as Tony. But they look at your ass as this stupid ass motherfucker. Why would we arrest him?
Yeah.
Why would we arrest him when he's doing shit so stupid that he's just telling on everybody else because of his actions? He's leading us to everybody else.
Oh, they're gonna leave the patsy out there.
So they'll leave a dumb motherfucker who keeps making mistakes. They'll leave that motherfucker out there because he keeps making mistakes, and before you know it, they just learn more and more and more.
Right, because they've learned that you don't go after the small guy because all you're gonna get is a couple of whatever they have, and they don't carry as much.
Yeah.
They're looking for the distributor.
Stay a night or two in jail.
And a lot of times, them fuckers don't know that much anyway.
Yeah.
They know They know the next dude, and the next dude probably another.
They street cats. They're street cats.
Yeah.
They don't know where the big amount's coming from. That's the thing. But they know because you don't want to throw all these cats in jail for a limited time. They want the big honcho. They want the man.
And a lot of times, I know I've probably been watching too many movies, but a lot of times
I have.
A lot of times they don't have to say shit because if they catch you with a certain type of dope, it's the dope that they put into the system. This is the fucked up part. It's the dope that they put into the system, so they know exactly where it's coming from. So now they know that even though you ain't said nothing, even though that you think that you keeping it real, being hard and stuff, they know they shit. they know what they doing and shit, so they know exactly where that came from. So you working for him, and because we know because this is the same dope that we confiscated. Oh well, they be keeping up with all that shit.
Yeah,
Remember, I don't know what the percentage is, Kev, but in these movies that we watch, there's a percentage of it that's true about how the police re-enter that dope back into the game. The dope that they seize. What do you think happens to a lot of that shit? That shit goes back out onto the street, but it goes back onto the street as undercovers. So they can keep,
you don't want to be the guy that gets. You want pure.
They figure it out.
Shit. Yeah,
they figure it out, bro. But it's crazy how that shit works.
I watch a lot of movies.
But I don't know how we get all into that, but I truly believe that we're being watched all the time. And then on top of that, you got this kind of shit, which is us on a podcast, because social media has become what it is, where even if I was having a hard time finding a motherfucker, this motherfucker that I'm looking for got a podcast now, and he telling every goddamn thing. Because motherfuckers don't keep their mouth shut no more. Everybody tells everything, right? Mm-hmm. Think about all these motherfuckers we see now who's online. They rob somebody, and then they online sporting the jury and stuff they just robbed the cat for.
They just snitching on their own.
So what I'm saying is because
they just got to prove it.
Because of the social media, shit, we tell it on ourselves.
Motherfucker, that's just broadcast news.
Back in the day, we didn't have that shit.
Yeah,
at all.
Because remember, Pablo Escobar had home videos of all that shit. He has his own fucking zoo. He had all this shit where all this come from. So he had home videos. So even then, you had that ego to just flaunt everything that you got and say, hey, this is what I got. He's riding around ATVs, going to his own private zoo. He had all types of shit, properties everywhere. So in that point, he still snitched on himself because now they all got all his home videos of all the property he's got, all this shit he's got because he's flaunting it. And now they won't even catch you for the drugs. Now they gonna catch you for the money that you got.
Mm-hmm. That's the best way to go anyway.
Because everybody's just, you know what? They're not scared. They're not scared of the amount they're gonna catch you with. They're scared of the RICO Act.
Yeah.
That'll get you because you got
Explain
the money.
the RICO Act.
RICO is
racketeering.
You got me. Racketeering and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much all the money.
You getting money. You getting money from shit that's illegal.
You got to spend that money.
So like I say, back to what we was talking about. I just think that people who in the drug game, if you up to a certain level, first of all, you dealing with them motherfuckers. You dealing with the cops. You dealing with we've seen it enough in movies and stuff. And like I said, I think some of that's true. They dealing with I rewatched.
You don't have to deal with movies. You already know.
Yeah, when you get to a certain level, you dealing with them fuckers.
Here,
so
time.
My thing is, you just know. So while you in it, your time coming. Your time coming. You either gonna get so big that you got to deal with them motherfuckers, the same motherfuckers who's arresting everybody, the government, the police, whatever, and you got to deal with them, and that's still a no-win situation. Because you don't think they're gonna be good to you.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's a no-win situation. Or you a small cat who feel like you doing well, and they just watching your ass and don't think they ain't watching you. They watching you, nigga. You're not getting you're not getting anybody who's selling enough dope to. Now we all know cats that sell shit who get enough money to party on the weekend. I'm not talking about them cats.
No, not low level.
I'm talking about cats that's selling enough money to pay mortgages, buy houses, buy cars, and do all that kind of shit.
I mean,
those motherfuckers are being watched.
A few years back, I don't know what it was for, but they went out on that RICO Act and they went and picked up every drug dealer that they could get their hands on. I remember that. It was here in Sac too.
Well, the thing is,
because it is when it's a corrupt organization, they basically saying, because you are a part of this organization, we're gonna hit you with the RICO Act. Even though you low scale, they just pick them all up.
The thing is that they never want to. They never want to pick up everybody.
No, they don't want to pick them all up. They just did it.
They
for
never
some
want to
reason.
pick up
It was
everybody,
murder or
and they
something.
want
It
to, and
was
they
a
always
murder or somebody was trying to
even
really
they
find
bring
out.
people in, they gonna let them go and
Let 'em
stuff, and they know you drug dealer and stuff because you controllable.
Yeah.
As long as you controllable, where they can keep tabs on you.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of cats that they keep around. It's funny how that shit works.
Yeah, they need a job.
But it ain't even about job.
No,
It's not about job. You're informing them everything they need to know.
No. I'm just saying, if there was no crime, if they got all the criminals off the street, they wouldn't have nothing to do.
But that's not what it's about. It's always gonna be other crimes.
How do you think they got the mob?
Yeah,
Most of the mobs are RICO Act.
yeah.
RICO Act
There's
too.
going to be
But
other.
that's what I'm saying. That's how they were able to go get all those mobsters too. They was all saying, yeah, even though we might not have nothing on you, we know you affiliated with this motherfucker, so we gonna get you under the act of messing with other gangsters.
But before you even get there, and we can end this, but before we get there, remember there's a lot of mobsters that had got to a certain point where they're working with the police.
Yeah.
They're working with the government.
Right.
And that's the thing. The government makes sure that they make those affiliations. They make those because
Those connections. Yeah.
because without that you ain't got nothing. We don't want to take you don't want to take everybody off the street because you never, like say drugs for instance.
Yeah.
Drugs are always going to be around.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it's done now is you got certain, and I'm talking from families. I'm talking from movies, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You got certain families, or we call them families, but certain cartels or whatever who control the majority. Of course, there's a lot of small shit, but the majority of the shit's coming from certain things. And even though those people are breaking the law and they're wanted, the government, same way I felt about what's my man's name, Saddam
Hussein?
Yeah, the government keeps track of. They know everywhere you are.
Mm-hmm.
They know where you at, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Don't never think you bigger or smarter.
Hell no.
They know where you are, but the way they do stuff is to keep shit going because they need to find out. They want to know more and more because the more they know about the whole situation, the more in control they are about it. So think about it. If you don't want to arrest them, and you pulling in, and when you're talking about Escobar and them cats, when you pulling in damn near billions, right?
Yeah, ridiculous amount.
You know what? I'm gonna take that.
Not to mention
I'm gonna take that.
He's the head of the snake.
So exactly.
So-
So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna push, I'm gonna pinch, so you know I'm there, and then on top of that, I'm gonna take. And you ain't gotta be generous because they drug dealers.
Hell
You
no.
making $1 billion, I'm gonna leave you with a couple of million, and I'm taking everything else.
Yeah.
And if you don't, what else? What other option do you have? Because if you say no, it's like, oh, okay. You want to say no?
Wait a minute.
Check this out.
Think about this scenario right here. I bust you with 30 keys and $1 billion, right?
Mhm.
But when I take you to jail, he had a key and $100.
So I don't even think it's like
Who
that.
would say, yeah, nah, man, I had $1 billion.
But what do you think? So what do you think? So
I
what do you
wouldn't say that shit.
what do you think it? So but what you said almost like the cop is putting in false information.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
The
I'm
government
asking
could
you.
be like
I'm
that. They
asking
could
you.
easily be saying,
That's what I'm
"We're
saying.
gonna
I don't
cover the
think it's even.
misdemeanor."
I think the cop is putting in the right information because the cop is small.
Yeah,
He's small, so
The
he might
government
shave.
said.
He might shave a little bit off.
yeah.
But he's putting in for the majority of it. He's putting in the
No.
right information. The government,
It's like,
when it
fuck
gets
that
bigger,
shit.
they say,
Yeah, when they prosecute,
when they say $1 billion,
Yeah.
you know what? We're gonna
Right.
hit you for 100,000,
100,000.
500,000.
yeah, when they prosecute you,
Yeah.
those
Hey.
numbers go up because there's no way you're a small time. You're the cat that goes
But
up
Tony,
to the
that
cat
would be
to
a
the
blessing.
car and says
Think
how
about
much,
If
and
they
then
had
that's
$1
it.
million and they only get you for 100,000, that's a blessing to you. That's
See
less time
that's
for
what I
you.
think's going on. That's what I think's
And
going
I
on.
wouldn't cop to $1 million.
If you got $1 billion,
if I had
if you got $1 billion, bro, if they caught you with $1 billion
Yeah.
and some drugs, right? And
I want
what I
less
think,
money.
what I think's
Less
going on
drugs.
is when you get your charges, that $1 billion all of a sudden turns into like $100,000, and
That's
the
less
drugs might still stay the same, but the money all of a sudden disappears because
I
the
think it should
government
be less.
takes that money, and whatever
yeah.
but that's money all of a sudden now.
Oh, Ollie Ruff proved that.
No,
That's how
they're
they did
gonna
the Contra
they're
thing.
gonna charge you for that amount of drugs and that amount of money, because
No, I don't think
now
so.
now you're because you're the, like I said, you're the head of the snake. They got the big honcho.
But they don't
Now
want
they
to.
will
They don't want to charge you for the because what I'm saying is
they will
wanna
because
get
they
their
want to
cut.
they want to mount up the charges.
But what I'm saying is they don't need to mount up the charges. If they, you got to understand, if we catch you with, like he said, 30 kilos and $1 billion, if I say it was 15 kilos and $100,000, you still going to jail for
Yeah, you
fucking
still going
life.
to jail.
Yeah, you're
So-
gonna get
Go to
yeah.
jail.
So,
But
so that
gonna
money,
say, I
that
had more?
that extra money goes back into the system that they
Corrupt
funding.
shit they got to fund.
Where they putting guns back on the streets, where they
Yeah.
putting the dope
Dope
back on the street. They
all
doing
that.
all that stuff, putting it back on the street
I agree with
because
that.
it's a business. That's what they do.
And by rightful so, you understand they have to have money.
You
and
remember
dope
in
to make this work.
an American Gangster?
Yeah,
You remember how them dirty cops from Jersey
yeah.
was getting the money, even
Yeah,
though
dirt- yeah,
that's
that's
at a
dirty
lower
cops.
level,
Yeah, that's
but they getting the
That's-
money.
Yeah,
and
that's
the dope. They doing all the stuff,
Putting it right
and they
back in
putting it
the
right
system.
back on the system.
Yeah.
yeah, but those dirty cops were people that were getting paid by the drug dealers, so they were dirty cops. When you go to federal,
But that's what I'm saying. You don't think that those guys are working with them drug dealers?
man,
Because now we're
that's
not
tough.
talking about street drug dealers.
Can I have
We talking about the big time cats.
any federal agent?
Think about it.
Listen,
We talking about what we talking about Saddam Hussein, right?
Yeah.
He a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You don't think the government's working with him to bring? They was one of the biggest drug dealers and gun smugglers.
Man,
They
like I
did,
said,
they
man,
did
after
all
the
that
Ollie
shit.
North shit, you know the motherfuckers was
Saddam
Yes.
In Iraq,
Yeah.
Yes.
Saddam Hussein.
That's
yes.
Okay.
He dealt with drugs and everything else,
Yeah.
but he was so up high that's
Yeah.
what they do. The
Oh, you-
biggest just like it would be the same way if somebody said over in Iraq, like you said, where with Saudi Arabia is what we're talking about, right? With Saddam Hussein, who's that?
Saddam Hussein was Iraq.
Okay, so Iraq. So it's like somebody in Iraq saying, wait a minute, Barack Obama dealt in drugs? And they were like, yes, Barack Obama dealt in drugs. There's no way in the world.
Okay.
There's no way in the world
Wait a minute.
Obama didn't deal in
Wait a
drugs.
minute. So
The drugs are getting put back on the street.
Saddam Hussein was the leader and dictator of Iraq.
Okay,
Okay.
but before
Not
he was well, he's always been a dictator.
not
but
the
before,
terrorist of
before he
9/11.
was, hang on, what I'm saying is before he became the hated person that he was for a long time remember, they did a lot of deals. The reason why they're as powerful as they are, and I know what we're getting it mixed up with Osama bin Laden is what you were saying.
right.
But
I
it's-
wanna make
but-
sure.
But at the same time, those cats are. Remember, we're providing them with a bunch of shit. That, like, if we use what did I just say? What's the name? Osama bin Laden. The same weapons that we provided him with is the weapons that he's using to fight.
Yeah.
That America provided him with. He's now shooting down shit and doing, killing shit. He's killing Americans.
Well,
but
they
what
were
I'm saying,
fighting Iran at one point, sir.
but what I'm saying, those are the same weapons we provided for him. So that now they're using them against ourselves.
Just like
It
Afghanistan.
was one of them
But
foreign countries.
but
I mean,
Iraq,
Russia,
I believe,
Serbia, or some shit
we
like
gave
that.
we gave
I believe
weapons to
Iraq.
Afghanistan.
I believe Iraq is the same
Afghanistan.
thing. We provided them with a lot of stuff that turns against us later on.
Afghanistan.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers is crazy. All that shit is.
You
I
know what
must
I
say,
mean?
you when you listen to the Bin Laden story, you
man.
like, damn.
Well, Bin Laden.
No wonder that motherfucker was mad.
When you start listening to Bin
They
Laden,
left
though,
that motherfucker out there to
Bin
die.
Laden-
He was a rich brat.
Yeah,
but
they left him out there to
he
die.
was a friend of the United States.
Yeah, they was giving him guns
At one time,
His
they
family.
gave him
Guns.
everything he wanted because he had
And he
so
was
much.
fighting-
He had so much money. He had so his land was so rich
Yeah,
that he can get whatever he wanted. And America was like, yeah, we give you whatever you wanted. And they gave that a rich brat. What you said. What do you expect when you give a rich brat all that shit? This motherfucker's getting artillery.
yeah, he was.
He's
Yeah,
getting
we gave-
artillery.
but
We
we
gave
provided
for him.
Afghanistan weapons like surface to air missile for the Russians because they were fighting the Russians.
Yeah.
And now
And
they
that's
turn
when the
that shit
Russians
on
said,
us.
"We out," because before they used to have air superiority, and these guys are throwing rocks at the Russians and bullets. We turned around and gave them missiles to shoot down the helicopters. Those same freaking weapons are the same shit that knocked down our helicopters. So we getting deep, boy. We getting deep.
So to end this, I like to end this with this.
Let's go ahead.
Just to take a page out of my my man Rappaport podcast that we all listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we talk about, yeah, we do no looking up of facts. We don't.
We don't know what the fuck
yeah,
we
we
talk about.
just-
We just going on memory.
We just speaking.
To be on record, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
The motherfucker think we remembered it right.
I don't know about these motherfuckers, but I know what I'm talking about.
Tone. Don't
some
do that.
some of my shit.
Because there's a whole bunch of shit you say to our thing, and we got a question.
You don't know that because you don't check facts.
Exactly.
Oh shit, that's funny.
But we know that you in the same boat.
That's funny.
So,
I'm a sailor. know
so
what
anyway, we just want to put that out there. We did no fact checking.
No fact checking.
We did no Googling.
No Googling.
And that's what the show's about.
And so
So you, as our listeners, don't be stupid either.
And believe what the fuck we
don't be
say.
stupid. Listen to tone.
Don't be stupid too, because there's 3 motherfuckers in this room have no idea. Wait, let me take that back. 2 motherfuckers in this room that don't have no idea.
Because that's the one.
I don't know the
motherfucker that
details.
was me.
I
did my
saw the
homework.
stories and read some of it, but I don't remember.
Because I'm
exactly what happened. I'm being quiet.
I'm gonna be truthful with y'all.
What?
When Tone threw in, wait a minute, we talking about what's his name, and not Osama bin
Saddam
Laden.
Hussein.
I was talking about Osama bin Laden the whole time.
You
And
fucking
that's-
shit.
And
So-
that's why I
But
double
I know
checked.
Osama.
at that
This is for a
point-
fact. I know Osama. America did him wrong. Well, he claims they did him wrong.
But
Left him
No,
out.
we was
no.
talking about- but
I
we
wanted
was
to make
talking
sure
about-
that you guys
but we
know
was-
exactly what
yeah,
you guys was
but
talking
we
about.
was talking about what's his name at first.
You said,
Saddam
you said
Hussein.
Saddam
We talking about Saddam Hussein, but I was comparing what I
But
was
he
doing.
was moving drugs too.
But the whole time I was talking about Hussein. God damn.
But he wasn't moving.
Salam alaikum.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about. No, that's who I was thinking
You were
about.
thinking about Osama bin Laden.
I was
but
thinking
you
about
talking
Osama bin
Hussein.
Laden, but I was the whole time we was talking about
You said Saddam
Saddam
Hussein.
Hussein.
Saddam.
So I had to make sure
See,
that you guys were
That's
talking
not
about
a-
the exact person.
That's hella racist because I
that's
just
hella racist,
I just put them all in one.
need to
boat.
And that's totally different. One is Afghanistan. Which,
All right, we got it, nigga. In the show, Tone, Kev. Oh, never mind.
See what happens?
Hang on,
you don't never learn nothing. You don't learn nothing on this show. You don't learn nothing on this show.
I made a mistake. There's only one way to end this show. Like we always end this show. Well, like we've been in it for like the last few times. It's with a nice mellow note from
Kev.
from our what do you want to call him?
I don't know. You
I mean,
got
he's
this,
a-
bro. You got this.
He's a groomer. He's a
The tuner.
yeah, that boy ain't no joke.
Oh,
Tony Sunshine, you got a tune for us? You got a tune for us
you got
tonight?
nothing. You got nothing.
I have nothing else but
This
you
nigga
know,
got
I like-
one job.
I don't have
He got one job.
Yeah.
Come to work. He got to come to work with one song.
This is work.
Come to work with one song.
I need to get paid.
One song.
I need to
One
get paid.
song.
Well, you can't even do your job, so I'm gonna pay you.
I'm like 50.
Like, fuck.
With my money.
You know what? Now we getting to the point now.
Now
I
with
was trying to be nice. I was trying to be
All right,
nice.
that's the show.
Are you gonna sing us out or not?
Damn.
What you
man.
got? I know you got something up in there.
I have nothing.
Some
Nothing.
Anita Baker, some
Man, I don't have-
some something.
I don't have anything.
All right. Well, we ain't got nothing, so I guess we got to
Hold
work
on.
on another ending.
So you're having my baby. It means so much to me. There's nothing more precious.
That fucking sing, boy. He good.
In the range of
Getting
family.
The singer, man, that boy good.
Getting horrible.
That was it right there. Don't give him no
All
more.
right, no more, no
Don't
more.
give him no more. Don't give him no more, Tone.
Yeah.
My boy good.
With my towel.
On that note, all the brother got to say
Hey,
is
dap his brow real quick. Dap his brow, because that nigga singing there.
Dap your brow.
Ooh, that boy good.
Sexual chocolate.
That boy good.
Man,
On that
We
note,
appreciate that. We appreciate that, Tone.
no problem, man. I don't
No
wanna
problem,
give him all the
man.
sauce.
I appreciate
I
it.
don't want to give him all of it.
And
So
again,
you
on
having
that
my
note,
baby.
all a nigga got to say is peace.
I out.
Love you, ma.
Yes, sir. Oh, shit. That motherfucker hit me. So you having my baby.